many choices to make. We've previously discussed the options of raw, and typically our pets are going to come to us, or recommendations are going to come from our veterinarian that are, in my opinion, not optimal feeding for our pets. When we're choosing a commercially prepared pet food that our pet would benefit from, there's 3 basic rules that I really like to adhere to. Number 1, I want to know the company is using human-grade ingredients so that we're not getting the disease refuse that is commonly used in pet foods. Number 2, I want to make sure there's absolutely no wheat, corn, or soy anywhere on that label. Those are very poorly digested by the pet and cause a lot of inflammatory problems. And number 3, when we get to proportions, when we turn around and look at the ingredients list on that bag, I want the first 2 ingredients to be the animal listing, because we are dealing with a carnivorous omnivore that should be eating 60 to 70% meat or animal based to the other 30 to 40%. And typically by the time you're through 2 to 3 ingredients, you're at about 80% of the volume of what's in that bag. So if we can just get the first 2 ingredients to be listed as animal, we're kind of in that golden spot. Next, we want to look at the companies that are making it. There's a wide variety out there available to you. When I started this 20 years ago, it was very limited to the clients. They were really left with the options of preparing their home foods, and that can be very burdensome. So in the last 15 years, there have been an incredible increase in the availability of quality foods. And again, each of the companies you're really wanting to look for, and never trust them. I keep an eye on them on a monthly, if not quarterly basis, to make sure that that company is not changing and dropping into the spectrum of the basic pet foods that we see. Then when you want to look at the varieties that are within our commercially prepared pet foods that are available to our pets, we then have 3 levels of pet food. They first came out with a very, very high protein, very low, high fat and low carbohydrate. This is one particular company that has it. Blue has another one, Origin has another one, Solid Gold has theirs. These are what I call feed them like they were wild. Very high protein and fat, very, very low carb diet. So we can't really take our pet that's coming from a commercial food, Purina, IMs, Eukanuba, and take them to this food very easily. It would be like you suddenly going on the Atkins diet. You're gonna have some liver issues in that change. So while these are excellent foods for our competitive dogs, for our high energy dogs, potentially for our nice little puppy that's staying at home, they may or may not need the level of this intensity. Likewise, the higher protein and higher fat content provides the necessity of a very strong pancreas and liver to digest these nutrients. Unfortunately, because we have been in control of our pets' genetics, we have bred pets that don't have nearly the functionality that our wild pets do in their liver and pancreas digestibility. So again, sometimes those are not the best choice for your pet. The second type of foods that came out were what I consider the basic foods, and they are approximately about a 45% carb, generally in the 20s as far as protein, and somewhere between 7 and 10% fat. And these are a good first step. And again, Blue and Nova, California Natural Origin, all of these different reputable companies have what I consider this entry-level food. And for that, we would be able to slowly convert them off of our Purinas, IMs, Eukanubas type of food. But I do feel that those carbohydrate levels up in the 40s are not really where I want that 60 to 70% animal base to only 30% or so carbs is not at my optimal range. In the last few years, most of these companies have come out with a different level of grain-free. These initial pets, high-intensity foods were qualified as grain-free, but they were too intense. And so Innova, California Natural, again, all of these have come out with probably what I consider the perfect food as far as if we're going to get it out of a bag or a can and it's commercially produced. These are roughly a 70% animal content, 30% other. And so they are hitting as close as we can. They have also branched out into that you can get them in the chicken, you can get them in a kangaroo, you can get them in a fish, you can get them in a red meat. So you really can pick the protein that's best for your breed of dog as well, and still get into the variety that you have. For a long time, we had these foods available, but pretty much chicken was it. And then they got into beef was available, but it still didn't allow us the fish versions and the others. So in this situation, we do have a wide variety of foods, and you can Google all of these foods. Innova, Evo, and California Natural are all made by Natura Pets. So you can go on to naturapets.com and find a retailer that has them. With the Merrick foods, you can go onto their merrickpetcare.com and find theirs. And with their Blue, many people are familiar with that because of their marketing. You can also find that on theirblue.com. Here at the Healing Place, we have all of them available all the time. And you can also go on our website at www.dr-trish.com. That's dr-trish.com. And I've got an extensive list of foods that I like, ones that I carefully monitor, literature on why I like them.